Welcome, welcome, welcome. We about to have a sisters out their opinion.
On the unpopular opinion, we have author of Surviving Tough Times, Misunderstood Adrienne, entrepreneur, Miss AmorBlue, Tatiana, owner of MentalMassage, Melinda, your host, Stradivari, on the unpopular opinion. So let me ask you, ladies. So we're going to talk about the cannabis industry, cannabis, and Elon Musk. What are we going to do? Hey, Mike Tyson, don't hurt him. Your wins and your losses.
Well. We definitely want to talk about the innovation and motivation of life and how we perceive them to be. The expectations of what we're going to do with this world and what we're going to come up with the opinions of these ladies. The sisters are their opinions. Our first opinion really comes by the knowledge of what we're going to really talk about is, how we make this money in the world. It's kind of really changing. It's changing. It's changing, and the changing of the gods is really talking about a couple of different things of in cryptocurrencies, but also the cannabis world. And in cannabis world, there are so many different things in cannabis. It's unimaginable. We're talking about edibles, treats. We're talking about CBDs. We're talking about just lotions, oils, anything that comes you can come up with in cannabis industry is actually starting to come, to fruition. Since I live into this great state, or Maryland, and also in the District of Columbia, they actually have it's a free state where they're able to, just recreational is what I would like to say with it. So it's pretty cool with it. And I really want to see what these sisters want to say a little bit about this cannabis industry blowing up as it is and as we speak. What do you guys think on the cannabis industry today? What you think, Miss A? What's up with the cannabis industry? Yeah, I want to ask you because technically you're into health, and one of the things about multiple sclerosis is you have a lot of different pains in your body. So I want to know if you do any type of CBD oil, some type of rub, or just anything to keep you from having any type of pain.
I actually am not a CBD. I'm a THC all day. I am from a state where you have to actually have a card, and I do. You have to actually be a member of this secret society, I would say. Um, the pros of it is I don't have to take all the medicine. I don't have to, be walking around like a zombie or somewhere like out of touch with reality just because I'm trying to alleviate some pain. Unfortunately, I have not found a strand of bud that knocks my pain. The day that I find that strand of bud, I'm stuck with it. But I will say that there is a lot of bud that I can smoke that will stimulate me. Like that, if we'll break it down, there's a sativa, there's a hybrid, and then there's a what's the other one called? Y'all know what it is. The 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 indica.
Indica.
The indica. I call the indica because it will leave you in the couch. This sativa will stimulate your mind to help you move around the way you need to. And the hybrid is exactly what the hybrid is. It's a mixture of both. And one of them will be, dominant. So it's either the mixture of this and it's more indica dominant or it's more sativa dominant. When it comes down to pain, though, I find that the indicas work better. But like I said, sometimes you can get into heavy smoking where you're not really doing much. I see the woohoo exactly right, but it's like it it makes you do what you need to do. It allows me to function in a manner where one, I don't have to cuss you completely out just because I'm in such pain. Um, I believe that it's a good thing that it's allowing like everyone's allowed to do it, but I believe that it's a bad thing because it seems to be the setup because they're saying that you can do it, but yet if you get caught in the car with it, they're still giving you the DUI. Or if they find it in your system, they're not giving you the job. So you know what I mean? So I believe it's like a catch-22 to the point where there's a responsibility that has to go along with the cannabis in order for you to be able to do it and still, make it through the world. So but because of my MS, I appreciate the fact that I can, like I said, walk into the dispensary. Now, because of the fact that they have their hands in it and there's a whole lot of monies going on with it now, believe it or not, I get scared when I see dispensary weed because now I want to know has it been manufactured? Are you doing something different to your weed? Why your weed look like it got crystals in it? It should be budded, but that's neither here nor there. But that is how I look at the cannabis.
What
I'm just saying. Somebody bought me something from they bought me something from the dispensary as of yesterday.
Okay.
And I really thought that I was going to enjoy it because it was dispensary because it says that it's different and better. I took one pull of it and put the shit down. It
Okay.
made my tongue tingle. It made my tongue tingle. I've been smoking for years, bro. I ain't never pulled nothing that made my tongue tingle. Here, you got it. I told him you got it. I don't want that. And if you know me, and if you're a smoker, you the thing is you don't smoke something that's already been rolled. If you don't know who it is, you don't smoke that because you ain't rolled it. But I would tell you, I took the bud out and I rolled one for myself, pulled it and put it right back down because I don't want this. I don't even want this.
So,
It smelled so intoxicating, but then it scared me. So we got to be careful because they're like promoting it, but then there's like this whole we want to be high, we want to be Martians, we want to be zombies, we want to be so out of touch with life. You have to be prepared for what they're actually going to give you. So just because the people telling you that you can smoke now, everybody in the world want to smoke. No, back up. You might want to think about that because
well,
people in the world been smoking for a long time.
well, you gotta think about it, Miss A. If it's legal and you can have your own plants, then why not just grow it yourself? So,
And that's what I'm saying. If you have the ability to go outside and put it in the ground, and that's love, you know what I mean? And nobody is coming to burn your crops, okay? Because we ain't gonna act like all of them forest fires and stuff that we've been watching going on all over Colorado and California and stuff where people's lands literally like dead woods dry burning down. I believe those was marijuana fields that people were planting and doing real good. And the government said, "Oh hell no, we about to come out with some new stuff. They can't just have they can't have their own crops in their backyard. We need to burn these up." That way everybody will come to the dispensary when we say that it's now legal to do. Y'all
okay.
better go ahead and keep me talking about cannabis. That's like my second. But like I said though, it has taken me from a lot of medicine. And so because of that, I applaud my cannabis because I don't have to pop the 15 pills 3 times a day anymore. And
Okay.
anybody that's out there that's doing that and they're like they have their nose or a slight on the cannabis because of what the past history has been or what of people that smoke, it's time to do some medical research because cannabis is out there and it has helped me immensely. And when it gets down to the edibles and all that kind of stuff, I actually like the butter. Like I'm a infuser. Like so if you're not seeing me smoking it, but you see me eating something, you can guarantee that that the butter that it was made with has cannabis in it.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
butter. Shea butter. Okay.
I'm on butter, baby. You ever see me with some popcorn? Just ask for some. Just ask.
All right. What about you, Miss Tatiana?
Um, I have mixed feelings about this because I'm excited that they're making it legal, especially in Miss A's situation and people like that. I mean, recreational, that is what it is. My biggest problem is why are people still incarcerated for something that they now are letting other people do? and just do it like it's a regular business. I have a problem with that. I feel like some people need to be let out of jail. Some people need to be given some business loans. Some things need to be changing. Some law. Like, I just can't get down that, like, now that it's acceptable that a certain group can do it and the other group is locked up. But just piggy off. I don't need to say anything more. That's like my thoughts. That's my opinion. Like, that just don't make sense. That's how quick I am with this conversation.
Really?
That's no, because that's what makes me mad about it. Like, I think it's great that people have access to it and they should have been had access to it. But like, it's still people to this day incarcerated for what somebody else can do for free. And I don't feel like it became free until the access of certain people could use it and others couldn't. So if you happen to be a minority and poor, you're in jail. And if you have to be rich and, the right person, you're out here with a store. No.
Okay. 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 What about you, Miss Melinda, on the cannabis industry and what is actually done?
I don't have much to say on the industry, but I can say that I'm smelling what Miss Tatiana is smoking because I'm always about some social justice, particularly when it comes to Black and brown folks who are getting the short end of the stick. The only thing I will say about the industry in and of itself, because I happen to have some investments that are in proximity to growing things, putting seeds in the ground for other things like hemp products, for example. That's all good. I don't know much about the industry. I'm a naturalist, so the only comment that I would have is just like Miss Tatiana recognized Miss A's medical condition and other, I've heard of other medical conditions. I'm going to be all for anything that grows out of the ground as medicine. Just like I've said in other conversations, not that we're talking about vaccines, but I'm about natural medication, natural healing, first and foremost. So I'm for giving access. Industry, when you put the word industry on anything, you spin it in a way, particularly in this country, that somehow certain folks, to Ms. Tatiana's point, end up at the bottom of the pyramid, so to speak. So I'm not really well with that. The industry part is a different thing, but I am all the way good with anything natural being used to heal or treat the body.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, okay, okay. Well, definitely when it comes to that, just being able to grow it on your own and successfully be able to do it is a natural thing to do. Just the accomplishment of it is a good thing to do. Also believe that, things can heal yourself within yourself. So always try things naturally before you actually try things medically within the hospitals, if I can say it that way. It's better to do things, everything from root and more things naturally done than anything else. So I'm just going to put it out there like that. It'll heal you faster than something else trying to kill you faster. So let's just go ahead and understand what we're talking about a little bit. Let's go ahead and move a little bit towards my man Elon Musk and the natural Twitter effect. So we're talking about the Twitter and him buying Twitter for $44 billion, but we also want to talk about his capabilities of losing $125 billion with the Tesla. So what's the uniformity in both of those ways actually? What's his actually meaning of buying Twitter and losing money, Miss Melinda, on this aspect?
I don't know. I actually am not really fully abreast of what the whole point is. I understand it to be a free speech issue or something, like he thought he was saving free speech. I don't know. This Twitter and Facebook both, I think, are pretty heavy-handed when it comes to censoring and censoring their version and their interests, right? Censoring for their version and their interests. So I don't know if it was about that. I'm not up to speed enough to know why, or to speak on him losing money. And you're talking about the Tesla stock?
Yeah.
Yeah, relative to him buying Twitter. I will say that in the fringe groups, because I am in some of those, that nobody, it wasn't like some hallelujah Elon Musk bought Twitter, so I'm gonna get on. Like, it was a bunch of people getting off. And so anytime you have one person owning something, that's never going to necessarily be somehow like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. Most the tendencies and the trends are to go towards community owned things now, right? So decentralized, autonomous governing structures, as opposed to a multi-billionaire owning something, right? So whether you're Amazon and Bezos, or Musk and Virgin Galactic and Tesla and now Twitter, that's not really the trend to go jump on board with a multi billionaire who can now own and control different things. So I'm not up to speed on the correlation between his loss of value in Tesla and Twitter. So maybe you guys can enlighten me and I can speak on it.
Well, I want to know how are they just so free to just give this money away, just like poof, it's gone.
What do you mean give it away? He didn't give no money away.
Well, let's buy this, let's buy that, let's lose this, let's lose that. Like, what is the?
So let me explain something really quick. Elon Musk already owns like 10% of Twitter anyway in share stocks. And it was already basically giving him money and interest in that way. So even though he paid a certain amount to get that, he gained money on that while he was waiting to buy Twitter, which I think why when it went for 44 billion, he paid like something like 10 billion. So he made money in the process while he was buying it to get Twitter to get there. So I think that's why it was like him like, okay, I'm already invested, I can buy this. And he can have the whole, like, I'm going to give freedom of speech. His Tesla thing is separate because he lost money in multi-ventures. Like, I know his cousins was in on something. Like, they had some deal. I did not read all the paperwork for that. But then he lost money at separate times over the last 4 months that made 125 million. Like, stock loss, not like his actual net worth. Does that make sense?
You're saying the value of the stock that he held.
Right, that he held lost, but his net worth didn't go down. And only right. So like in the process, he lost money, but he still has almost the same amount of money. That, you know what I mean, Miss Melinda. He's made money.
I mean, if it's a stock value loss, like pretty much the whole market is down, right? I was just looking at my son's Roblox stock. We bought for $70. I think the high might have been $100 and some dollars. It's $30 today. I wasn't even tracking on how low it was.
Right.
But it doesn't matter now because it's unrealized loss. It's not realized loss until you sell it. So if you hold it and it goes back up to $200, then it's kind of done. It's a wash.
Right.
I'm looking at charts right now.
Money he already it's money he already spent is like.
Well, but it's not a loss. Acquiring an asset is not a loss unless that asset is of negative value. So why do you consider it a loss?
That's what they're saying monetary. Like, Miss Melinda, thank you for saying that, because that's the point that everybody else is saying. He lost 125 and you're saying like he still has a stock, so he didn't lose. They're not understanding he made money in the process. So not only are you making money, but he hasn't lost it because it's not gone yet. But they're not understanding that.
Well, here's the thing. I'll just say one thing about an innovator. So if you look at the amount of failures that a successful innovator has, is usually like in the 10x to their successes. So a serial entrepreneur innovator like a Musk or whomever, first of all, they're regularly losing anyway. That's the only reason they won. They take big bets. They fail hard. They fail fast. That's the part of the whole thing. So you can't think about it like a person who is having a 9-to-5 job who is depending on something coming every week. That's not a serial entrepreneur mindset. So it's for me irrelevant almost. If you look at his total portfolio of things, if he happens to have taken a loss that people have heard about, I promise you he's taken other losses. That's what serial entrepreneurs do. If you look at a venture capitalist firm, if they have a 10 or 20% success rate, they're killing it. That means 80% of the businesses they invest in don't succeed. So yes, there are losses, right? But that's kind of the way that serial entrepreneurship works.
So wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Thank you, Miss Melinda, because I could not explain that any better than you did. Thank you.
Did you just say serial killer mindset? What
Serial killer? No, I thought we were talking money on this joint. I said serial entrepreneur.
yeah,
Serial
yeah,
entrepreneur.
that's pretty much how it is. So this serial entrepreneur, can you enlighten me on this one a little bit?
Of course, of course. A serial entrepreneur is one, just like a serial dater or a serial killer, I guess, is one who is perpetually engaged in this activity, um, like obsessed with it. So a serial entrepreneur is obsessed with the process of creating new businesses, of being an entrepreneur. Elon Musk is absolutely a serial entrepreneur. Absolutely. And you can rest assured that he had losses just because now we know of Virgin Galactic, Tesla, what have you. Rest assured, because in order to win, you have to make bets. And in order to win big, you have to make oftentimes very, very risky bets. You're not going to win every one.
Wow. Wow. Hmm. What's your take on that, Miss A? That was serious.
What is it? That money is to be manipulated, right? It
Mm,
has to always be moving. You need to be putting it into something. So you win over here, but you lose over here. You have multiple streams of income. So when one pops, the other one might fizzle, but they're never losing. The point is to be in the game. Like, as long as there's something still in there, there's something still in there. Tesla's having a problem because of believe all of the different safety things that have been going on. Like all of the perps that they said were there, now that people are like finding out the truth of the Tesla, maybe they are determining that that's not the car that they want, or it's not that reason. But Elon Musk is definitely serial. He's definitely doing his thing. And for all of the losses, there are great wins. Like she said, you always, like a salesperson knows that you're going for your nose so that you can get the grand yes. Like that's the perp of winning. The problem is most people don't know anything about anything, and they just know that they think that they want money. And so anybody that has money, they think that they want to follow the person that has money, and have no idea how many different streams of income that person really has, like where the money is being made. Because as Antonio has told us many times, money is not, money really doesn't exist. They make money. They print money down at the mint, so whatever they need, they then make. So the way that people that don't have money look at money is different from the Elon Musk of the world, the Jeff Bezos of the world. They are, like these ladies just explained to you, they're into their stocks and investments. Things go up and down, but you don't lose unless you sell it. As long as you holding, that's a long-term game. So you look at it next month, and the same people that are mad because he did something yesterday are going to be back on top with him, and he'll be 10 times above where he was when he lost. That's how that whole thing works. But I believe that when it comes down to the whole buying of Twitter, okay, first of all, one person, just because you have that much money to say that that's what you want to do, if you are leaving that money in places where it is actually going to benefit communities and do different things, then it seems like, okay, maybe you're doing something for something. But if you're not talking about all of the different placements of things, of where your monies are going and what community is getting this and why they're getting that, because at the end of the day, the freedom of speech thing, we all do have freedom of speech, but now it's like, you can only talk about what I want you to talk, and that's not that much freedom. So if he believes that he's about to do it different, then I guess I applaud him. But then I really go back to the question of, I mean, I know there's a lot of people on Twitter, but I equally know that there got to be a lot of people that are not. You know, like Donald Trump used to talk on Twitter, and I used to try to understand, how is he the president of the United States but doing things on Twitter, and everyone in the United States is not on Twitter. They don't have Twitter accounts. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand. You know, like you know what I mean? Like, there's a situation going on in it. I mean, I guess socially it makes sense. I don't know, because I know I get blocked from a lot of things that I try to post. And then I get messages, you know, talking about it doesn't go along with what we believe, or, you know, or I might be calling somebody. I tell people that we have a prayer call coming on at such and such and such a time. And I realized that they didn't even post my thing. And they didn't post it, I guess, because I was calling for prayer, I guess. I don't, so you know what I mean? It gets funky to me, because I'm thinking, if you're gonna make it better to the point where the messages that really need to be heard are going to get out there, then yeah. But if you just coming to do, like I said, I don't know too much about why he did what he did. I just know that money is to be manipulated. And so as long as money is moving and you're putting it here and you're putting it there and you're doing what you need to do with money, money will always then have, like, there's laws to money, you know. So because of the law of compensation and the law of and the law of reciprocation, you know what I mean? As long as I'm putting it out there, it's coming back. It might not come back in the same manner, but it's still coming. You know what I mean? As long as it's out there doing something and it's moving. Like, when you got a whole lot of money and you don't want to invest it in anything because you're scared to lose your money, you've already lost your money. Because if you sit your $1,000 in the safe and come back 10 years from now, that $1,000, you know what I mean? It might be $1,000, but it's not worth $1,000 anymore. So you got to be doing what you need to do with your money to do it. So if you got money like Elon Musk and you just want to go on drop your 14, go on drop your 14. But I got a company. Let me tell you about it. Because if you got that much money to be dropping, I got something over here that we can talk about speech all day. And I'm going to give you all the freedoms that you need to do what you need, say what you say, how you need to say it. Come on, call your girl Elon Musk. 267-588-7862. I will put them on hold for you. I'm just saying, you know.
That was your slogan. That was just
something. You know what I mean? Setting things straight in a crooked world. Come on, Elon, we can do this thing.
Well, I do like that y'all talking a little bit about how his stocks and everything, and how he's flowing a little bit. I mean, really, I really want to know how y'all really flowing with everything on your money. Y'all talking about how you flipping things. I want to know, what are y'all flipping right now? I know Miss Tatiana, she over there flipping the waist beads and the bracelets and everything. I want to know what y'all flipping over there, because Miss Adrienne, you talking about you flipping stuff, and I know Miss Melinda, she always sitting there. Right now, you're a little quiet. You're a little quiet. I want to know what y'all flipping right now, because it gotta be something that I'm missing, because I almost hit Miss Melinda. We almost hit with the bot joint. I made money on the bot. I made money, but it ain't last long enough for me to just give him a left and a right punch. You know what I'm saying? I made something. Like, you know, I got a little bit from it, but I ain't get a lot. I got a little bit. But what you got? What you flipping over there, Miss Melinda? Let me ask you that first. You're not flipping nothing? There's nothing you flipping?
Well, I just placed a trade on gold, right? A sell. So I'm trading. I'm still trading. I'm trying to get to the place where a lot of these folks that I'm in this group with are making anywhere from a couple hundred to a couple $1,000s a day easily in like a couple hours. So if I could do that and then just add that to whatever I'm doing, that would be nice. So there's that. Definitely, I still have a lot of stuff out there waiting, and yeah. So let's separate a couple things too. Crypto is crypto, and the bot is the bot. Crypto is still out there, right? So crypto is cryptocurrency. based on blockchain. There are still many blockchains. There are still many NFT projects. I am absolutely on hold after what happened, because if you knew how my money is tied up, you would not feel bad about anything that happened. But yeah, so that's still out there. I'm not really in any project. Well, I'm in a bunch of projects already, and I'm not getting any new ones until I see return. And really, right now, I am also leaning heavily into my consulting, which is pretty cool. So activating one of my other businesses. So cashing checks related to that, nice size ones. But then that also is more work. And so what's interesting about life is I have, while I may be activating something that is generating income, I am feeling less balanced. So I'm really working on what life is about. So I cannot sustain a situation where I'm over subscribed and that I have no time to just sit and chill and really be okay. So for me, that's a very important, that's a concept that we talk about in mental massage as well, particularly for women leaders, having oftentimes the work of taking care of the children or a spouse or the elderly parents or whomever, like having the space to just be okay with yourself. And so if you're, for example, in a 9-to-5 job and then running your own business on the side, there's just usually not a lot of time, and you add the family stuff to it. And at the end of the day, you can make as much money as you want, I guess. But if you dead or you have literally no energy or no motivation to use it, then that's not really helpful. So for me, it's really about the getting free. It's always about getting free. And freedom looks a lot of different ways. Freedom comes from being able to move. And a lot of times money affords you the ability to do that. But being locked into the concept of just making money and not enjoying the universe, right? The fullness of the universe is not quite free for me either. So it's a balance for me right now.
Okay. Miss A, what you flipping? You flipping something over there, Miss A? What you flipping?
My bad. I was going to say, first and foremost, let me just back up what Miss Melinda said. Do you know that you can make all the money in the world and die before anyone gets that money? That's how you should think about money. Unless you are investing it in, it's like generational wealth, like you're putting it into a hardcore something. Money is not what we are thinking that it is. People are out here running around killing themselves, basically, like she just said. Now, when it comes down to flipping, what am I flipping? Well, right now, I have the IMA industry. And of course, I'm the author of Surviving Tough Times, the book. Surviving Tough Times is coming back out. Actually, if you, I guess it's in the link or whatever, the Cozy Corner Publishing, you guys can go there now and order the book. I'm flipping it, but I'm also giving it away. And the reason why I'm giving it away is I'm giving it away if you want to take the journey with me. If you want to walk with me and you want to figure out how to do what it is that we need to do, because it's not about the money. It's about the life that we live. Now, if you have money and you believe that the money gives you more opportunities and opens more doors for you, then yeah, I'm all for the money. But I'm all about the kids. I'm all about what are you leaving? I'm all about how rich are you? Are you having fun? Because you do know if you go to work and you work all day and your kids aren't having fun, you suck. That's what I'm flipping. I'm flipping life. I'm flipping our future. And I'm flipping it in a way that I want to put you in the place where you are more than successful, but you are whole. You are complete. You feel like you are right where you need to be, doing exactly what God has called you to do, not what society is saying to do. When it gets into the trades and all that kind of stuff and everything, I understand that that is what people are doing. But if you're in that, you have to understand that you're not supposed to get something from that. You shouldn't want anything from that. The whole reason of being in that is so that you can be in the long game of that, so that you can watch that thing. Now, when they say about day trades, day trades just like going to the damn casino. I mean, for real, for real. If you sit there and you listen and you watch what's going on. But a person that's doing that is like almost like playing the lottery. You get off on the actual go of where you are. So when you realize why you're doing what you do what you do a little different. That's what I'm flipping. The realization of why we do what we do, how we do, why we're doing it. And then really come down to, oh, I don't even need to do that. It doesn't even serve me. I don't even like this. When you get more money, you have more problems, right? Isn't that what they say? More money, more problems. But if you are not completely satisfied within yourself, when you get the more problems, what are you going to do? You're going to break down. Then your money is going to do it. But the day that you have money and you can't get well, that's when you realize that your money don't matter. You understand? So I'm flipping. I'm giving everybody an opportunity. Here you go. You guys go to my website. I do something called the standout assessment. If you give yourself the time to take the assessment, they're going to send it to me. They're going to send you a copy. We set up a date. We'll sit down and we'll talk about it. Put you in the place where you are supposed to be flourishing. Because guess what? Where you are is probably not where you need to be. And then, and only then, will you see that life is really so much more than what you thought. But yeah, with the flipping, I'm flipping the opportunities of realities of life, real life. Yeah, you will make money because you'll enjoy what you're doing. And you know what they say, when you go to work and you're enjoying what you're doing so it doesn't feel like work, then you make more of it, you do it more often, and like nothing will stop you from doing it. That's where we want to go. That's where you want to be. That's the pocket that I'm flipping so that you can go ahead and generate the money. And then look good doing it so that the kids that are watching you will see, I want to do that. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I got to go to work. How many of us like, oh, I got to go to work? We're telling our kids, come on, just hurry up because I got to go to work. Come on, come on, come on. So what they're learning in that is that work is like, I got to go to work. We got to change the narrative. That's what I'm flipping.
Okay, Flipper. What about you, Miss Tatiana? What you actually flipping right now?
Um, I am making my waist beads and jewelry, and I am having somewhat of a consistent, purchases. But in the same time, I've also been thinking about ahead in the next couple of months, what I'll be doing, because this will be like the first summer that I don't work um for any school or anything like that. So I'm trying to find some other freelancing opportunities that will open doors for me. So that's going to be the thing, finding vendor events, um, hopefully trying to finish off my book, and maybe I might bartend again for the summer. Just because you meet so many people and it's a nice opportunity. And I just want to feel free to be able to do anything. I always hear like they say you should have multiple streams of income, but I'm always like trying to like test out new things and try things based upon what I've already done before. But I do have a vendor events coming up, so I'm excited about that. And just trying to, still in the cryptocurrency type thing, um, and stretch out, maybe even be able to do real estate by the end of the year. So I'm always trying to grow, find new ways to get money. And when you talk about flipping, and Miss Melinda says, she has those things out, that's, I want to get there. And Miss A says at the same time, make sure you're flipping to encourage yourself to do something for your community at the same time, um, while getting the bag.
Okay, wow, getting the bag, huh? Okay, okay. Yeah, I want to flip some things too myself. Definitely going to flip these new coloring books that I'm going to drop soon, the HBCU experience, and I do want to flip my other coloring book that almost has 100 pages. So Definitely going to do a little bit of drawing and coloring. I do have some nice new drawings that I've done, but I want to flip some nice things. The things I do want to flip, majority of the things, is this crypto wallet that I got into. I invested in this wallet, and I only put $20 in it, and now it's like $200. So I do like my little current wallet. I wish I would have invested more before. You know what I mean? I really wish I would have just invested. One of the other wallets went up to $900. I was like, thank you. But it fluctuates so fast. So I'm like, should I just drop out of that quickly? Like, let's drop out of that now. Went up to $900, went to $500, went to $800, went to $300. Now it's $900. I was like, it's kind of fast flipping. So I'm gonna let it trip since it's at 9. But I think I should drop out on that. But the current knowledge of what we actually trying to do is we're just trying to see where your mind is at when it comes to, flipping things. And I want to flip something on you, the Mike Tyson style. What y'all think about Mike and his new profaned boxing abilities on the plane? What y'all think what happened to Mike Tyson? He ain't bite him though. That's all I gotta say. That's my first thing. Long as he ain't bite my man, we good. So I'm happy that Mike Tyson basically walked out of the plane and didn't stay on the plane. But being heckled by people, he shouldn't still have to go through that after all of these years. I'm thinking that, the greatest is the greatest, and you should leave a great as a great. And also, he's a boxer. One thing he takes. I don't know how many fights he's had, but he had a lot of knockouts. So I don't know about touching him, messing with him, thinking about even talking to him, with heckling him, unless you really want to get knocked out. So what you guys think about Mike and his happy-go-lucky self? What you think, Miss Tatiana? You think Mike is like? Mike is the man. So what you think?
Mike is the man. And first of all, I can't believe that, because I actually watched this video, because there's been a couple interviews that Mike Tyson has done, and he's been talking about, which, since we're going to tie it in together, his cannabis place that he has and all that. Like, he's been real big about, socialism and all that. And like, see him on the plane, I can't believe when I'm watching the video of like the man heckling him and the stuff he did, that really nobody was like, are you really on here messing with Mike Tyson? Like, that nobody told the man, like, this isn't what you want to do. I don't condone violence, but famous people are people just as we are. We have no clue what their mental state is, just like everybody else is. And I just think, not saying he had it coming, but who messes with Mike Tyson? That's the question. Who messes with Mike Tyson? Like, what was going on? Like, even if you've never seen Mike Tyson fight, they literally talk about him in every large fight. You see him there. So, as far as the man goes, I mean, right now they said he's not talking to no law enforcement. He didn't press no charges. So obviously he must see the error of his ways in the same way.
He started it.
Right. So that's just how I feel. And I don't think that, when you talk about a celebrity and then a regular person, the people are two different ones, and people are going to be people. Money, like Miss A said, money does not control the end all be all of who you are. And that was just too much for Mike. And I'm just saying, I think if somebody threw a water bottle on me, it might be the same thing. It might be the same thing. I don't know. Or somebody else that's with me is going to be the same thing. Like, I'm just saying, in a regular position, a girl gets a drink thrown at the club. You with her, she with her man. What is her man going to do?
Okay. What about you, Miss Melinda, on that? When you,
I want to answer I'll just say, you never know these days what her man is going to do in that instance. But I didn't develop the same affinity for Mike Tyson as others may have. I know that they say that the documentary or whatever was really heartwarming. And to me, this scenario, you just never know. Just like I said about the Will Smith thing, you just never know. At the end of the day, people are out here trying to get money on any kind of way, and they'll take getting laid out to get money.
So he trying to get paid. That's what you.
I'm just saying, I can't ever rule that out when it comes to something like this. I mean, Mike Tyson is known to be like punching people out in public. It's not the first or second time that it's even been public that it's happened.
That's true.
So, maybe you want to be able to file a lawsuit, play the game in the U.S. of A. with the court system and the laws that we have here that will allow any damn thing to be like, wait, what happened? Like, who got paid? Maybe we should have been talking about the mother in Texas that was going to be the first Hispanic woman to get executed ever, I think. But it was going to be the first capital murder case execution in some 28 years or something like that. But they put a stay on it.
Correct.
What'd she do?
So her daughter, if I'm correct, tell me if I'm wrong, Miss Melinda, just interject in the middle of it.
Well, I don't know everything. We can work together.
Okay, so we'll counterattack to make the plan. Yeah. So basically what happened is she has multiple children. I do not know the number. There has been domestic violence and abuse amongst the children. Well, her youngest daughter supposedly fell down the steps, and 2 days later she died. They put her on trial for murder one. But they're saying that when they tried her and did everything, that they didn't have enough evidence to get a murder one and put her on to death row. The jurors on there like years, so she's been on death row for years now, and they've been doing appeals like, hey, you don't have enough evidence to say that it's murder one. You have enough evidence for, say, neglect and manslaughter, which definitely doesn't qualify for capital to be killed. So they have been fighting for her just not to get killed, not for her to get off, not for her to get out of jail, just for her not to be put on death row. So they stayed execution for that, and they're basically jurors now saying like evidence was withheld to make it seem as though like it was murder one, when actually it's still murder. It's just not enough for her to be charged to have the lethal injection or whatever.
And I don't even know if it was what I read, and I haven't read extensively. I thought they said that the evidence that was withheld showed that the autopsy really validated that the child died from having fallen, actually.
Right. And she had like cocaine in her. No, but I'm saying they went for murder one. I don't know if she got murder one, but whatever she got, it was enough for her to have the death penalty. I was just saying that's what they charged her. That was but that doesn't mean, but basically whatever she had. So the child had cocaine in her system and she died from the fall. And they're saying that the child died from the fall and that was it. That basically that's not enough for the death penalty, which as bad as it sounds, and this is why people need to pay attention to the way they read laws or whatever, and maybe they should put more emphasis on child abuse and neglect to make more time for it, that basically that's not what that is, that the most that charge would be 15 years.
Right, which was my whole point, right? It's like this guy, if he was baiting Mike Tyson, the way that the laws work in this country, it has really nothing to do with right and wrong. It has to do with just navigating.
It's legality. Like, it's like what's legal. Like, moral is on this side, legal is on this side. So right and wrong and legal and illegal is two different things. So basically, she's trying to get them to redo it and charge her for what they want. And then, I mean, I think even then she still gets 25 years. But she just doesn't want to be killed. And other people say they don't want somebody to wrongfully die because it opens up doors if you start saying in the position of this child, like they did that now, like if I happen to go to somebody's house and they have a kid and I babysit and they fall out, now they're going to charge me for the same thing and put me on the death penalty. It equates to every, what do they call them? Precedent. It would be every precedent after that would go off of that, creating more of a stigmatism, more nuances than we already freaking have.
Y'all talking about a very justified or unjustified situation when it comes to actually legalizing understanding of a kid. I was trying to figure out whether the kid got pushed down the stairs.
They don't know that. Like the autopsy just revealed that the fall is what inevitably killed her. But
Drugs in the child system, it's like that's just too. It's too much. It's too much. That means you were negligent at home in your own home. You were just totally negligent, and that's how it happened. You wasn't paying attention to anything but doing your own thing. But you have this child in the house. That's just how it is. This is how it
right.
happens. It's just
And
like
I get what you're stating in the bigger picture. Like, of course, each case should be separated, but they're not going to do that. And we're talking about Texas. They're not going to do that. They're not going to separate the next trial when it's separated. Like, person never going and it happening. They're going to give them the same type of charge that they gave her, when she should be charged on multiple different things and not just stand in one alone. And that's how it. I mean.
okay. No, I have no justification over unless I do.
I have no justification, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the precedent of just somebody falling down the steps and all of a sudden that being why they get the death penalty. I
don't know about the rules of the death penalty, because the problem is in certain states they don't have them. So people think differently and do different things when certain states don't have those actually parameters. And actually,
right.
the parameter of killing somebody, I thought, thou shall not kill. I don't know. I don't know about life rules at this point, because we don't value lives as we should. And I've been saying this for so long. We don't value human life. We don't value people as they're living. We sanctify it so much when they're dying or when they're dead, but we don't enjoy the person that you're talking to, enjoy the person that you're looking at, enjoy the person that walks by you every day. You don't enjoy people that are living amongst the people. You just don't enjoy it. You just totally nonchalant. You just don't care about anything. You worried about yourself and only yourself and what you're doing. And the fact that you really need to break that cycle and look into what's happening around you it baffles me how the world works. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. How can you give a person in the military this and a cop such these elaborate funerals, but just Mojo out on the street, he might get a box? That just doesn't make sense. Everybody should be totally cherished. Human life should be just totally cherished no matter what. It's a soul, it's a living. They're on this earth for a reason. You met this person for a reason. There is a reason that this person is standing here in front of you. Might not be the same reasons you have, but that is the whole point of this person being here. So we really got to challenge ourselves on understanding what this person's life is and how you live in it, because it's really not making sense anymore. Like, we have these wars. Like, why you have a war? What's the point of going from a whole nother country to a whole nother country to beat up somebody or fight somebody, kill somebody you totally don't even know, don't understand? It doesn't make sense to me. We just need to go ahead and stop the theory on not understanding what a life really is. And totally, we wouldn't even be worried about money. We wouldn't be worried about people being homeless. We wouldn't worry about none of that if we cared about our life as in general, as in people. I'm just really being serious with that. So by me saying that, if ladies, if you want to say anything on that, you definitely can. But I really want to, be grateful for you just having your opinions on making things real marketable about what you're doing with flipping things, because I really want you to flip some things so we can build another philosophy on the Sisters Op and your opinions. Really, seriously. So if you guys have any opinions, that's what's up.
Sounds like he's doing some flipping over there. That's all I'm saying, because we got to look at it differently. The reason why we're here, the reason why we have this opportunity to sit with our ops is not to talk like them, not to talk about what they talking about, but to take what they talking about and put it on a place where we need to talk about it. And then that way we are doing exactly what you just said, Strad. We are putting it in to our everyday lives, things that matter. Elon Musk ain't calling you, even though you know you can call me Elon. 267-588-7862. Keeping things straight in a crooked world. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Elon. But we gotta look at it. Listen, I will talk till I'm blue in the face. I love each and every person that has money. I do. But I need you to call me the day that you don't have the money. Because if you can stand in the same position with $1 in your pocket that you can with 1,000, that's when you are living your life. But if you got $1,000 and you think you're on the top of the world, you can do whatever you want to do and do all this stuff, and then you find out that you have $1 and then you're trying to kill yourself, or you're going trying to kill your family and everything else because you believe that life is over because now you only have $1 and all this other kind of crazy stuff. You got it twisted. That's why. Misunderstood. You see me? I'm misunderstood, Adrienne. Why? Because we all live in this place where we're trying to do this thing because we've seen it. But in the quiets of our own home, we don't get it. That's why I'm there. I would like you, if you need to, go to, what is it? www.Iamaindustry. That's IamaindustryLLC.com. Fill out the standout information. Take the assessment. Be honest with it. And then trust me when I tell you that you will see your insides come out. And then you'll know what you're doing. And you'll understand the next man because you'll understand yourself. But trust me when I tell you it's not about $1. It's good to have it, or it's good to know people that have it. You know, Jesus walked with people that had money. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, set yourself up the way that you need to be so that you can do way more than go to the bank. That's just me. But Elon, call me and we'll talk.
What about you, Miss Tatiana, and your business?
The name of my business is AmorBlue. I make waist beads, jewelry, body designs, um, anklets, all of the things of those nature. I also do art and art preservation, which would be framing, and also am a seamstress, and soon to be an author. You can find me on Facebook, Etsy, Instagram, all underneath of it on my link tree, AmorBlue, to find out what I am producing.
Oh, wow. Miss Melinda.
Yes, Melinda. I do a lot of things. I dabble in a lot of places. I like to talk about mental massage because it is the crux, the intersection of who I am, a leader, a mother, a boss, a entrepreneur. And mental massage is meant to help provide a relief at the mental level for folks who have a lot going on like that. So check us out, MentalMassageWellness.com, MentalMassageWellness.com, Mental Massage Wellness across all the social media platforms. I am currently also really ramping up on my consulting business, and I do a few things there as well. That business is Excellence as a Service, EAS, and I am currently doing work with helping companies who have different technologies to seek government contracts. So look me up, give me a call. And you know what? I'm with Miss A on Elon. Mental massage is a service that all companies really should pay for their women to have. Women are more than 50% of the workforce and increasing. Women in general earn actually higher degrees, ironically. So women are going to be the majority of the workforce. Elon, I'm pretty sure if I've read right, you ain't doing too much in the space of women and minorities. So mental massage would be a great place for you to make a big investment. Check with Forbes, check with McKinsey and Company, check with Goldman Sachs, who already has a Black Women Fund, and get at me.
And get at you, huh? And get at you. That was hilarious. Well, I really want to say, my name is Stradivari, Mr. B, and I have a virtual musical business. At this point in time, I really have a nice coloring book, which is the face of my marketing plan. And my coloring books are the silhouette of a woman, and also the bird, butterflies, and buds, and my music horn. So you should definitely check me out. Check out my books and enjoy yourselves. They will be online, and it's actually, if you come watch our shows, it will definitely be at the bottom of our screen on here. You can check out any of my books. Miss Adrienne's MsUnderstood, her book. You can check out any of Miss Tatiana's products and Miss MentalMassage's any of her stuff. You can definitely check out all websites. My crypto is definitely in Crypto Wallet, so you can check out the Crypto Wallet in crypto.com. That's one of my biggies. So just check me out. I'm just doing a couple other things. I got something in this thing called BNB. So, it's just really things just coming on the up and up, and just seeing how the marketing shares work. Don't try it if you don't want to try it on your own. So don't mock me for it. Try it on your own if you would like. As I say, this has been a great, opportunity to see where these ladies are and their opinions. It's the sisters opt. It's their opinions, and if whether they opt out of speaking is their opinion to speak, whether or not they want to speak is up to them. So, in the quality of their knowledge and seeing what we want to speak about, this is the challenge to give to you to just, reach out, come seek us. We can help you. Help us help you. Build from us with build from within. We can help you do anything that take care of your mind and mental. Also, we can definitely enjoy yourselves with maybe some beads or some waist beads. And you can just, really enjoy maybe a couple coloring books. But be understood by misunderstood. So let's have a good time and let's have a good knowledge with the unpopular opinion. As I say, we're going to have a great one. Our show be popping. The show be popping. It does. It pops. Have a good one.
On the unpopular opinion, we have author of Surviving Tough Times, Misunderstood Adrienne, entrepreneur, Miss AmorBlue, Tatiana, owner of MentalMassage, Melinda, your host, Stradivari, on the unpopular opinion. So let me ask you, ladies. So we're going to talk about the cannabis industry, cannabis, and Elon Musk. What are we going to do? Hey, Mike Tyson, don't hurt him. Your wins and your loss.